Hi, my name is Jenna, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself so you know why I picked the Somalian population for my diversity field experience. I'm a Caucasian girl who grew up on a farm in Minnesota. Where I grew up, there weren't any colored people or different cultures. For example, you can see on my picture on the left that this is my basketball team, and we are all white Caucasian girls. So when I moved to Mankato my freshman year of college, it was a culture shock. I have never been or seen that culture on a day-to-day basis in my life. I always wondered, what was their culture like? What did they struggle with? And why exactly did they leave their country? And so on. In result, I decided to construct my project from the Somalian population because their culture intrigued me the most. I started my project off by interviewing my old co-worker, Bill. Bill was born in South Sudan, which is highlighted in green, and South Sudan is a very diverse country, which caused many conflicts within the country. The war affected his family's farm and health, so his family decided to leave their country for the United States. The family heard America was a safe place with opportunity. So his parents were first sent to America via refugee status. Bill, at the age of 8, was left with his grandpa until he could be sent over. Bill finally arrived in America to find his family in New York City. He struggled the first few days, which were very difficult. He did not eat for 2 days because American food was nothing like back home. It was too sweet for him. Going to school was very difficult because he didn't know any English. It took him about 2 to 3 years to learn English, and during that time, his teachers didn't really think he was that smart. He told me he didn't really struggle in school with the students, but outside of school he was teased. I asked him to tell me more about his religion, and Bill is actually now Christian. He told me some Somalians, when they come to America, switch to Christianity. He was so young that he really didn't understand at the time, and still doesn't. Then I asked him to tell me something about his culture that I wouldn't know. He continued by telling me he only eats fish, cow, chicken, for meat. They do not eat pig. In South Sudan, pigs are not raised on a farm like they are here. They are wild. And then lastly, I asked him what his hopes are that he can gain in the future from America. Bill hopes to start a business, make it grow, and expand to South Sudan. He wants to take his money and his knowledge back to South Sudan. After I interviewed Bill, I interviewed a mother that lives below me in my apartment building. She was very shy. Her English was difficult to understand, and she had a hard time understanding me, causing our interview to be very short. However, her and her husband were from Kenya, but her children were born in the United States. They moved here because they heard it was a safe place with opportunity. The family moved to Mankato specifically because they had family here. It was important for her 6 children to have education and a chance to be successful, she told me. She also told me that her children know both languages, so they do not struggle much in school. I asked the mother if she ever felt discriminated. She told me she did not. Mankato is a very accepting city, but here and there she may get some weird looks. Lastly, I asked her about her place of worship and if I could ever join. The mother told me that she worships at a mosque downtown, that I am more than welcome to join her. So one day, I got up and followed her to the mosque located in North Broad Street, Mankato, seen in the picture here on the right. From the outside, the mosque looked exactly like my Christian church I went to growing up. However, inside was completely different from mine. In my church, there was rows of seating with statues and the priest up front. The mosque was different. Everyone brought their own blanket and set it on a floor. It was completely empty. But a similarity was everyone got dressed up for church, just like my church back home. During the service, they read from the Quran, which is their version of the Holy Bible, reciting prayers together in their native language, and they also help the children along the way. Everyone, including children, were very accepting and exciting to see me come check out and observe where they worship. What I learned is this project gave me a whole new perspective and widened my horizons from my small town lens I was looking through. The project helped me understand that there isn't a right religion. I was raised to believe that Christianity was the only way to get to heaven, and it's not. These people live day to day working to be better people, just like you and me and anyone else. Even if they are discriminated against, they still work hard to get to their goal. Many people of this culture fight discrimination every day just because of how they are dressed and past experiences in the news. I will never know what that feels like, but I can be one less person in the world that doesn't discriminate them. I could also help my family and my community back home to understand this culture. There is such thing as a small town lens, and I am lucky to have taken mine